Finnish mythology shares features with Estonian and Finnic mythologies, as well as Baltic, Slavic, Norse, and even Middle Eastern mythologies. It has been influenced from all directions throughout history, and while it's hard for a YouTube animator to provide a complete picture, this video gives an overview of what Finnish mythology is. Let's start from the beginning of times. The world was often said to have been born from an egg of a bird. The god Väinämöinen may already have existed before that, and in some legends he serves as a creator, sometimes fighting other deities. Understanding the origins of not only the world but, for example, disease, helped cast spells to fight that disease. Other important origin myths are, for example, those of the bear, iron, fire, and blood. Beneath the world, underwater, was the land of the dead, Tuonela, where the dead souls of both good and bad ended up wandering as ghosts. The shell of the egg formed the sky and was supported by the great oak tree. The oak grew so large that the world was covered in darkness. The felling of the tree released the light of the sun and moon into the world, in some legends. Like the oak, trees and forests were important, as that's what the land was covered in. The forest provided resources, but could also be deadly. Metsänpeitto is a nasty condition one might get in the woods. It's caused by the wood's väki, referring to both the creatures and the magical powers of the forest. Väki is also one's physical or magical power. The god of the forest is called Tapio. And then there's some other well-known gods. Ahti, the god of the waters and fish. Tuoni and Tuonetar, the gods of death. Tursas, the god of war. Ilmarinen, the god of wind, weather, and travelers. In the modern day, Ilmarinen is the company I have to pay ridiculous amounts of entrepreneurs' pension money, which I will never collect, in exchange for extremely poor social security. Perkele, the god of thunder, related to the Baltic Perkunas, who was demonized by the Christians. And of course Ukko, the god of sky, harvest, and weather. He's often considered the most important of all gods, although this might be due to later Christian influence. Speaking of which, another god introduced in the early Middle Ages is Jesus. The Finnish pagans were not quick to abandon their old beliefs, and the Christian god was added to the existing pantheon before slowly taking over. Similar to gods, there are also countless well-known creatures or spirits. Ikuturso is an evil sea monster, while Nakki drowns children in lakes and ponds. Trolls are frightening, human-like creatures. Moomin troll is a very friendly one. The word troll originally meant a criminal or a hermit. I'm making a Finnish mythology-based comic with trolls, and if that's something you're interested in, make sure to subscribe. Offerings were often made to the gods and spirits. It was important not to upset them or the elves that inhabited all the buildings. Upsetting a shit elf, for example, would result in the house getting buried in shit. Most of our mythology survived through oral tradition up until the 19th century. The best known collection of mythical poems is called Kalevala. It's important to point out that Kalevala was heavily edited, and much of it is the result of the author's own imagination. History has also blended heavily with our mythology, for example the legend of Bishop Henry's murder. I'm wondering what events in history will receive mythical proportions in the future. Maybe the Winter War, or memes. Share your thoughts and prayers in the comments.